The other day I saw a video of somebody talking about how they were tired of how toxic BookTok was. The way they said it made it seem like they were talking about something very specific without actually saying it. It did remind me a lot of a video that Victoria Aveyard put out on her TikTok a long time ago where she was talking about how authors really shouldn't be in reader spaces, especially surrounding their work. She even was talking about how, she won't respond to anything that she's tagged in specifically about her book. And that video also, it seemed, was pointing towards a specific event. I came across this other author who had told someone off for giving them not even a bad review on Goodreads. They had critiqued the book and given it 4 stars. 4 stars is good. 4 stars is great. She apparently clapped back to this review and BookTok clapped back harder. If there's one thing about BookTok, it's powerful. We saw it with the Lightlark situation of how people will go review bomb even if they haven't read the book if news about the author drops. I'm very interested in what you think about this, whether it's okay for that to be happening, because I think a lot of people, when they hear that an author has done something bad or really wrong, will go and review bomb as a sense of righteousness, sort of, and feeling sort of like that is the best way to take away business from the author for doing this wrong thing. I feel like that is dancing a fine line. If you didn't read the book, then you shouldn't really review the book. But at the same time, a lot of readers out there want to know certain things about the author. But this happens across all industries. Sometimes that ends up being Google reviews or Yelp reviews, but that's something that I would really love to get your pulse on if you want to comment down below and let me know what you think about that. Speaking of reviewing books that you haven't read, there is currently a BookToker who has been accused of making book review videos and talking about books that she's never read. She had set up one of those book fairy accounts, and apparently while she was going through them, she was talking about how she was never gonna read some of these books. She came back with another video being like, oh, I was using, hyperbolic language. I only meant that I am not going to be reading them right now, but books I'll never read is definitely catchier, more clickbaity. But I think I would have refrained from doing that with books that people had bought me and sent me with their money. It's not the best look. One of the authors of a book that she reviewed came back and was like, you clearly didn't read this book. Now, this is one time where I feel like maybe an author going into the reader space was necessary. I'm sure that the author's fans would have done it for her, but the way she was talking about the book, it was clear that she had not read the book. The only reason that I can think of that you would do this is to make it seem like you've read more books, because right now there's big divide on BookTok between those of us who, make it through 1 or 2 books a month, and then these people who are reading 200 plus books a year. First of all, how? These people must be speed readers. I read kind of slow and I know that, but that is so many. Even with audiobooks, I would never be able to get to that point. And speaking of audiobooks, there was this video that people were stitching left and right by a BookToker who very condescendingly said that reading audiobooks is not reading. This girl had made a video, she's like, I read 40 books this year, 20 of them were physical, 20 of them were audiobooks, and then he stitched it, and he was like, so you read 20 books. This is one of those things that makes me feel deeply angered, and especially the way he said it. If physical books are your thing and you're like, I don't personally count audiobooks, you're wrong. But you can say that for yourself. But I think the way he said it, that was so bad. And as someone who primarily audiobooks these days, I could not believe my eyes. He must have time to sit around for multiple hours a night reading physical books quietly and still and focused, as he described it. Some of us have dogs. Some of us need exercise. Some of us need to do chores. Some of us live in cities where all of our friends are 30-minute drives away from us. I went to go look at the original video and that man went private so fast, because I'm sure plenty of people went after him with the same fervor that I feel, because we're busy and we don't have time to sit down and read. And I'm not even a parent. I know some moms, and those girlies are booked and busy. At some points, audiobooks might be your only option. I need to calm down. You're being too loud. Next up is the collab that is happening between Biketok and BookTok. And I get it, biker romances are big right now. But everyone needs to check the ages of these creators. This 16-year-old kid comes on with his bike helmet, which first of all, are you even allowed to drive one of those? I don't know. But he gets on BookTok and he's talking about The Hunger Games, The Maze Runner, 16-year-old books. These women in his comments are out here recommending books that are very much not in the YA category. They're recommending like Haunting Adeline to a 16-year-old. No judgment upon people who have read Haunting Adeline, who love it. I personally won't touch it as a 26-year-old. And these people want a 16-year-old to read it. Like, and I saw the response from him who was like, oh, I get it's a joke, like blah, blah, blah. No. He is a minor. So there are a lot of good things about BookTok, and there are a lot of bad things about BookTok. And then there's this. Truly not okay. And that's what you missed on BookTok. There are a lot of exciting things happening right now. I heard that the Actar TV show was not happening, and then I heard that it is happening, and then I heard that it was not, and then I heard that it definitely is, and that they're writing scripts for it, and that it was the writer's strike that sort of held things off for a long time, and I don't know where we are on that. But Assistant to the Villain is being made into, I believe, a TV show, perchance a movie. Obsessed. I'm so excited for that. We're also getting the next Sarah J. Maas book in January. There are so many things to look forward to. Let me know, is there any other exciting news that you've happened to come upon? Let me know what you think of review bombing. Please like this video if you liked it. Click subscribe if you want to talk about more book stuff. My name's Katelyn. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye. That was a good one.